Bermuda is home to over 8,000 invasive species, whether marine or terrestrial. These include common species like the kiskadee, a bird introduced from Trinidad in 1957 to control anois lizards, but which started eating eggs and chicks from the other species instead. Kiskadees were responsible for the extinction of the epidemic insect the cicada in the 1990s.
Another invasive species commonly seen is the rosy wolf snail, introduced from Central America to prey on the milk snail, but which began preying on other epidemic species as well.
One of Bermuda's most frequently seen terrapin species, the red-eared slider was commonly kept as a pet but irresponsibly released into brackish or freshwater ponds and now competes with native turtles for food, nesting, and basking space.
Suriname cherry bushes are scattered across the island and are a common sight in Bermudian gardens. This invasive species is native to South America, and its deep roots enable it to grow in almost any type of soil.
Pigeons thrive in Bermuda's more urban areas. Also known as the rock dove, these birds are abundant in all around the world.
Another invasive bird species is the starling. Introduced to North America from Europe in 1890, they began visiting Bermuda as vagrants, before setting up a breeding population in the early 1950s. They eat plant matter, beetles, butterflies, millipedes, and moth larvae, leaving little food for the island's epidemic bird species.
Organizations like BIOS help preserve epidemic species. What is BIOS's role in helping preserve epidemic marine life?
Endemic marine life, you mean? BIOS is very involved with research and conservation. So one of the things that we are looking to do is to document what types of species we have in Bermuda and what species are unique. So endemic means only living in Bermuda. And of course, those that are only found here we want to protect. And so one of the ways that we can do that in terms of the lionfish is by trying to remove lionfish because they will, of course, consume a large quantity of our endemic species. So lionfish are a problem in Bermuda because they are an invasive species, which means that they are in a place where they're not supposed to be and are having a negative impact on the ecosystem. And the way that they're having a negative impact is that they're consuming every type of small fish and crustacean species that they can.
While BIOS helps preserve marine life, the Bermuda Audubon Society focuses on promoting awareness for Bermuda's epidemic bird species, with field trips, lectures, and birding camps. They also work to acquire nature reserves which contain purely epidemic species.
However, as much as these organizations do to prevent the spread of invasive species, your contribution is even more important. Here's a list of all the things you can do to help protect our island's epidemic species. Do not release any pets such as terrapins or domestic chickens into the wild. Do not litter, especially in nature reserves.
Help prevent the spread of lionfish by ordering them at restaurants whenever possible.
Do not grow any invasive species of trees or bushes.
Support local charities that manage invasive species. Get involved in the local conservation community. Spread awareness for this issue.
And lastly, build a bluebird house.